Hi friends, it's Holly Jones from Mrs. Jones Stitches. Welcome to Flosstube number 27. Today is Sunday, February the 4th, 2024, and I'm so happy you're joining me today. If you're new to my channel, this is a channel about cross stitch patterns, fabric, thread, floss, works in progress, fully finished things, all things cross stitch. So I'm really glad you're here today, and we'll go ahead and get started. I have my notes. I actually had a little bit of quiet time this Sunday. My son is down at my parents' house and my husband is at the fire station. So I thought I would pop in and film another video because I have a little bit of stuff to show you since I just filmed last week. One of my resolutions for 2024, and I hate using the word resolution because, everybody always writes the same things. Like, I want to lose weight, I want to be a better person, things like that. So I set a couple resolutions this year, and they were more just like personal challenges. I want to stitch with silks. I actually have, I have some silk floss. I've never used it, so I want to stitch a project with silks. I'd like to try to do some different type of finishes because I feel like I either flat mount stuff and put it in a frame, or I will attach it to a finishing piece, or lately I've been making a ton of little dough bowl sized pillows. So I want to kind of expand my finishing options so I can kind of think outside the box in different ways to display my stitching. So yeah, got a lot of stuff going on. So this last week, Kathy from Hands On Design released her freebie that she always releases every year. I think she calls it like her anniversary token. And it's a free chart that she releases to commemorate her anniversary with her husband. And this year is really cute. To get this, you can subscribe to her newsletter. And I believe she usually puts it in her Hands On Design Facebook group. I'll show you the picture here, but I'm not probably going to show the entire chart. But it is right here. It says Let Love Grow, and it's a round finish, and it's just precious. It really reminded me a lot of two of the designs that she used at the Jingle Ball. One said Joy. I don't remember what the other one said, but it was round. It was stitched on red fabric, and it was just really, really pretty. So super excited to have that. Hopefully I can get that stitched up and in the dough bowl before Valentine's this year. I did want to loop back around, not my last video, but my video I filmed in December. My friend Valerie, who owns Sandy B Tees, here is her QR code if you'd like to check out her shop. Valerie has a lot of great t-shirts. She makes t-shirts and they are so cute, and the best part is they're stitching themed. I think she has knitting shirts, she has shirts for different seasons, and they are great quality. I got one this last year that says Have a Holly Jolly Stitchmas, and I was giving away a shirt in my December video, and I forgot to draw a winner. So I drew a winner this morning. It is Susan Hayward Alt 3514. So Susan, if you see this, I need you to message me on Instagram with your information, and I will get you in touch with Valerie to get you your shirt. So thank you so much, Valerie. And if you're in the market for a cute cross-stitch themed shirt, make sure you check out her shop on Etsy. So as I've been perusing the internet lately and making plans for what I want to stitch, I did come across a couple freebies, and I wanted to share them with you. This is from October House Fiber Arts, and it is You Are Loved. I really love the color palette on this one, and I really like too how it looks like she stitched it maybe on like a cream colored linen and then used a light thread right here, and so if you can tell, it makes a big heart around it. But I love the subtleness of that. It's not like too in your face, it's just really simple and pretty. So I believe you can get this at the October House Fiber Arts, maybe their Facebook page or their website or blog. I think that's where I downloaded this from. Another one I found that I really loved is from Not Forgotten Farm, and it was on their blog, I believe, and it's called Susie Snowflake. And there she is. And then another one, I think this was actually released last year. Yes, 2023, Liz Matthews. One thing I really thought was kind of cool about this, so what it is if you can tell, it's just a big heart, and it looks like it has these little flowers in it. And she wrote, please choose your favorite color threads and mark them on the thread list. Your palette will be completely unique to you. I recommend using 3 shades of the same color to stitch the flowers, light, medium, and dark, and two shades of green for the leaves. You'll need just 1 color for the star accents and another for the background of the heart. Work entirely in cross stitches and enjoy. And what a neat concept. So she provides the pattern, you pick out your colors, so each piece truly is unique to the stitcher. So I hope I can get to that one this year. And another one is a Lizzie Kate freebie. You can get it from lizziekate.blogspot.com, and it is Be My Valentine. And I believe Elizabeth Ann from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch showed this in one of her more recent videos, and hers is really lovely. So just a couple of freebies that are out there for Valentine's. And they're all really cute too. So lots of things to stitch. Let me show you a couple of my whips. So I have still been working on my Smalls Exchange piece for my Blackbird Smalls Exchange, and I have it in my bag that my mom made me for Christmas. If you're new to my blog or my blog, if you're new to my Flosstube, my mom makes project bags and project folders. You can find her on Instagram at Julie Just Sews, all one word. And she has sales a couple times a month. She actually had one yesterday, and she sells the most beautiful project folders, and they are made with vintage linens, and they are just beautiful. So for the Blackbird Smalls Exchange, I'm stitching this piece right here. It's called Wild and Sweet. If you look right here, you can kind of see a better picture of what it looks like. The rules for the Smalls Exchange is that it has to be a Smalls piece, obviously, and it needs to have a bird on it. Just a bird somewhere. It doesn't have to be a big bird. The bird doesn't have to be the focus of the piece. So what also you could do is, if you are participating, you can stitch a piece that you want and then take a little snippet of a bird from another Blackbird chart and put it in there too. I've heard a couple people doing that. So anyway, let me show you my progress on this. And it's a surprise who everybody is stitching for. So here's my progress. I'm working on filling in the basket over here, and then I will move on to the other kind of flowers over here and then start plucking away on the border. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out, and I can't wait to finish it for the recipient. So it has been so fun seeing everybody on Instagram sharing pictures of their progress. I appreciate you guys tagging me in those. I love it, and I'm already trying to decide what I want to do for the next Smalls Exchange. If I want to do another Blackbird piece with a different theme, or if I want to choose something from perhaps a different designer, or do something where it could be any designer but you know the piece has a flower on it, or any designer but the piece has a house. So I'm not sure kind of which direction we're going yet. If you have an opinion, drop me a comment below and let me know what you think, or feel free to send me a message on Instagram at Mrs. Jones Stitches, and I would love to hear your feedback. Hopefully I'll have some information about the next swap coming up probably towards the end of February. The deadline to send these out is March 1st, so hopefully I can get this done in the next couple days, and then start planning for the next Smalls Exchange. I did also want to show you another whip I've been working on. I guess this bag is kind of in my haul section too. So again, this is another bag my mom made me. She is, again, Julie Just Sews on Instagram. And I didn't have a Valentine project bag, so the other day she said, hey, I made this for you. So I really love it. So I don't have the pattern with me. Actually, I left it in my car because I was stitching on this this last week at lunch. I went out to my car and sat for a little bit and just stitched my little heart out. I'm not going to take it totally out of the hoop yet, but so I have the bird done here. There's a flower and some border that's kind of underneath the hoop right here, and I'm just kind of plucking away at the alphabet. I actually was stitching the other night and I was tired when I was stitching, which is just a bad combination for me because I start counting wrong, and I don't my stitches look sloppy when I'm tired, and I was working on the eye right here, and you can see I'm off. So my stitches right here are really sloppy, so I need to unpick probably these like last 3 squares and just redo that bottom half of the eye. But it's really fun to stitch. I'll show you the colors I'm using. I'm using Rustic Black from Color and Cotton, Bing Cherry, which is my kind of bright red, Salmon, which is my pink. This one is not made anymore. It's called Mediterranean, and it's a really pretty like robin's egg blue. I'm using Tambourine, and my white is Snowflake. So I'm really looking forward to having this stitched. I've been following along a bunch of Sally Spencer hashtags, so I have lots of inspiration to look at, and this probably won't be done, you know, for a little bit, but maybe the next couple weeks. All right, so let me show you what I got back. So I have always taken all my pieces that I've stitched and I've pretty much finished them myself, whether it's framing them myself or kind of like, if you look back here, this is just like a flat finish I did on some mat board, and then did the magnets and washers and stuck it on this like frame back here that looks like a house. I do that type of technique for some of my pieces, especially if I'm going to, if I really love like the finishing piece, like I love that house back there, then I'll do the magnets and washers thing so I can change it out. And then like I said, I do a lot of pillow finishes. So I had some bigger pieces and I really wanted to get them framed. I'd taken them around myself and I couldn't find a frame that fit. Everything was just a little bit too small or a little oddly shaped. So I bit the bullet and had them custom framed. I used Hobby Lobby, and it was my very first time, it was my very first time ever having someone else frame my work. And it was also my first time ever having something custom made for my piece. So let me show you my 2 pieces. The first one is Every Opening Flower by Brenda Gervais. And here it is. I was so happy with how this turned out. So I had taken it to Hobby Lobby 2 weeks ago, and they had told me that it would be finished and ready for pickup on Saturday the 3rd. So I went there yesterday morning and I met the nicest lady, and she said it wasn't quite done yet, that she was working on them. Apparently she, her specialty at Hobby Lobby is framing needlework. So it made me feel quite a bit better knowing that it was somebody who knows how to frame needlework and is familiar with the time and effort that goes into making something like this. And she did a magnificent job. So shout out to Dawn. Her name's Dawn, and she's at the Yukon, Oklahoma Hobby Lobby, and she did just an exquisite job. This is the frame I picked. It's kind of a weathered wood finish, and yeah, I just really loved it. I opted not to do the museum glass. I know it usually looks, the glass protects the piece, but with the museum glass, it was just going to be a little bit out of my budget for honestly what I wanted to spend. So the pieces I got finished, the pieces I got framed had custom frames cut, no mats, and no glass. So I'm happy with it. It's just going to hang in my house. So if we need to add glass later, then we can, but for now I'm just really pleased with this piece. So yes, I can't wait to figure out where I'm going to hang it. That one will probably go somewhere in my like living room. This one is going to stay in my craft room, and this is the Needleworkers sampler by Brenda Gervais. Again, also framed by Dawn at Hobby Lobby, and she did an exquisite job. When I was stitching this piece, I envisioned it in a black ornate frame, and I'll hold it up so you can see. And I just love it. I'm really happy with this one, and yeah, this one's gonna go in my craft room. So I did do a color and cotton conversion for both of those pieces. If you watch one of my previous videos, I know I talk about it there, or if you follow me on Instagram, you can search at Mrs. Jones Stitches and scroll down and you can see the actual colors that I used on these. But for being my first time having things professionally framed, I was really happy with them. It really was not as expensive as I thought it was going to be. I've always heard about how expensive custom framing is, and it wasn't expensive purchase. It was an investment, but it wasn't as bad as what I thought it was going to be in my head. And like I said, I'm really happy with how it turned out. So this one's probably going to go right here on the wall above my desk. Okay. So I want to show you a couple other things. I have some previous finishes to share and a little bit of haul, and then I have 2 giveaways. So I'll show you just a couple of my previous Valentine finishes. And before last year, I really was never much of a Valentine stitcher. I usually really like more everyday pieces in my house, but I do find myself stitching a lot of seasonal pieces, stuff for holidays, mostly Christmas and fall. I don't have a whole lot of spring stitches. So that was one of the things when I was talking about resolutions earlier, that I really wanted to try and focus on having some more things for like everyday display in my home. So, but last year I did stitch quite a bit of Valentine's. So here is one of my finishes. This is Big Hearted Tiny Town. And this was stitched on a pink splash. That's a Lugana, pink splash Lugana. I did my own color conversion from Color and Cotton. And this again is one of the pieces that I have found at Basket Market, which is a clearance center for Hobby Lobby here in Oklahoma City. And I don't remember what it said on here. I want to say it said something about like, or you know what, this might have been in the unfinished wood section. I don't really remember. It was either unfinished wood section or it said something like about like brushing your teeth, washing your hands, something like kind of for a bathroom. But anyway, so I took the centerpiece here. I wrapped this really pretty plaid fabric over a piece of mat board and stuck it in the frame here. And then again, I did the same thing with the the stitched piece. It's mounted with a little bit of cotton batting underneath it and then attached to the frame. This ribbon is actually about 4 different layers of ribbon. It is a like a tan polka dot that I laid this pink grosgrain ribbon over, and then for the side here I laid down some lace and then did this rickrack on top that I just glued down, and then used one of the felt roses to complement the piece. So here is one of my finishes, and actually this frame was not white when I got it. It was kind of a natural unfinished wood color, and so I did paint this myself, and it's held up okay. So, okay. The next one is my 2023 Collector's Heart, also from Heart and Hand. And I had seen so many people stitching this last year. They'd stitch it on, you know, the white or antique white or whatever. I think a lot of people stitch it on Vintage Country Mocha, and they might change the colors. I did kind of a reverse, and I stitched this on Aztec Red, and I used white thread from Color and Cotton. And I want to say the white I used was Tusk, but this was my first time really kind of going backwards and stitching on colored fabric with a monochromatic white instead of, you know, a neutral background with a colored thread. I was really happy with how this turned out. The frame also came from Basket Market, and I don't remember what was in here, to be honest with you, but I measured the opening and then mounted it myself. Okay. My next one is from my friend Heather. Her company is called White House Stitchery. You can get her patterns on Etsy, and this pattern is called So in Love, and it is just such a sweet little Valentine stitching theme piece. And I did a Color and Cotton conversion on this one as well. I want to say this linen was like French blue or French gray rain, something like that. It's a very blue-gray, and yeah, I actually stitched this several years ago, and I really love it. It's held up really nice. I love the frame because it ties the gray in. And I've actually debated this a couple times, taking this piece out and doing a pillow finish on it, but whenever I think, oh yeah, that's what I'm going to do, I always just kind of stop because I really love the frame that it's in. So, all right, and from Primrose, I stitched this last year. This is Loads of Love. And I, again, used all color and cotton, and I just love how this pink really pops on that truck. The variegation on this piece is just really, really lovely. I used an aqua pom-pom, which I really thought tied in nicely with the aqua kind of chain link border here. And I did a layering ribbon technique that I learned at the Annabella's All Things Winter Retreat last year that was taught by Primrose, so I learned that, and I was really happy. That was my first kind of layered bow attempt, and it turned out better than what I expected. Okay, two more. Whoop, okay, so another one, and I always see this time of year, from Hands On Design. This is I Love You, a Waffle Lot. And I did a pillow finish on this. I did not stitch the back, but what I did was I used this red gingham, but the pattern actually has kind of a grid similar to the lines on the waffle, and it has some different flowers and stuff like that in there. But I just went with the gingham fabric backing. And I think one thing that I want to do is I have a lot of chenille trim. And so I think what I want to do is go back and add some chenille trim around the edges of this to kind of make it look a little bit more finished. Maybe I'll try and do that this year. And my last Valentine finish is another one of Kathy's anniversary tokens. This is from a couple years ago, and it says, "With you, I am home." I actually dyed this linen with Rit dye. I want to say it's evening blue, and I just did like a quick dunk and took it out. It didn't let it stay in here very long. And I did, again, just another small little pillow finish, but I think I want to add some chenille to this as well, just to kind of give it a more finished appearance. All right. I have a little bit of haul, and then I think we're going to wrap it up. Okay. So I got this maybe a week and a half ago when I'd gone to Basket Market. I'm a sucker. You've seen the frames and stuff that I used for finishing. I'm a sucker for a cute frame. And I saw this frame while I was there. And this is actually, it looks like just printed, a real thin piece of like printed paper. But I love this frame. I love the rounded edges. I love the beaded detail here. And I paid $3 for it. It doesn't have like a, I don't know, I call it a kickstand, but it doesn't have the backer so it can lean. So this will definitely be one that either, leans on a shelf or against my tiered tray or something like that. But I just really love this frame. And for $3, like, I felt like it was such a good deal. So I don't know what I'm going to put in here yet. I might just hang on to it for a little bit, but I really, really think this one's really fun. I was just talking about chenille trim, so I placed another order from Lois at Lady Dot Creates, and I got some new chenille trim. This is Thundercloud, and it's kind of a gray blue. And I got, this one doesn't have a name, it just says only on Etsy, but it's a really pretty pink. And Berry Crush is kind of a magenta purple. Union, and it is a nice navy. And the other one I got is called Mossy, and it is kind of a washed out olive green color, which I really like this color for spring. I know it's kind of more of a muted color, but I like using it when you want that kind of vintage vibe on your stitching. I really have a good, it's a good green for that. Okay, and I already showed you the Valentine project bag. Oh, so I always love, I'm sure you guys have seen this, maybe I'm just late to the party, but I love these so I always take my floss and I usually put them on like a binder clip like this or a binder ring. And my floss just kind of hangs out for whatever project I'm working on. Well, I don't know where all my binder rings go. Like there must kind of like how your dryer eats like socks and you have all your socks in and they all go in, but when they come out, you know, you're missing one. So I don't know where the heck all my binder rings go. I don't know. But I feel like I buy them all the time and then I can never find them when I need them. So I bought these off Amazon, and basically they are a flexible wire here, and it's got this little kind of screw top piece, and you can thread your fabric on and then it just kind of twists close. I want to say for this pack of 25 it was like $5 or $6, so hopefully that will help me so I'm not losing my binder clips all the time, because I don't know, I can't keep track of them. You'd think once I take my thread off of them and put my thread back, like I'd put them in the same spot, and I usually do. It goes right up here on my basket and they're just gone. So okay, so let's talk about our 2 giveaways and then we will wrap this up and I will see you next time. My first giveaway is this Valentine ribbon assortment. I curated this and put this together a little bit ago. It has some different pinks and reds, ribbon, rickrack, some baker's twine. Everything in here is at least a yard. There is one piece that's a little bit shorter. I want to say it was maybe 15 or 18 inches, but it was still really pretty, so I threw it in here anyway. I think there might be 6 or 7 separate pieces. So if you would like to win this, use the word ribbon in your comment. And again, don't use the word giveaway, contest, prize, anything like that. Just find a way to incorporate the word ribbon in your comment. And the other giveaway is I went through my DMC stash and I pulled a bunch of pink and red DMC flosses. I believe there's 10 of them in here. So if you would like to win this, I want you to use the word floss in your comment. So if you want to win the ribbon, use ribbon. If you want to win the floss, use floss in your comment. Again, please don't use the word giveaway, contest, prize, anything like that. Make sure you are a subscriber to my channel. Make sure you like the video and then leave a comment. And if you are interested in a cross stitch shirt, let my friend Valerie hook you up at CNEB Tees. There is her QR code. You can scan this with your phone and it will take you directly to her Etsy. And Susan Hayward Alt 3514. Make sure you reach out to me so we can get you your shirt. So thank you guys for watching. Thanks for spending some time with me, and I will see you again in just a couple weeks. Happy stitching!